All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Anuja Kumar and with me is Subhadra Ramachandran. The headlines. Fifth phase of assembly elections to be held in Uttar Pradesh today. Air India flight carrying 250 Indians stranded in Ukraine lands at Delhi airport. Another flight carrying 240 Indian nationals takes off from Budapest for Delhi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi speaks to Ukrainian President, raises safety issue of Indians in the war-hit country. Russia orders its troops to attack Ukraine from all sides. Prime Minister to share his thoughts in Man Ki Baat program at 11 a.m. today. Union Cabinet approves national rollout of Central Sector Scheme Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. Government allows up to 20% FDI in LIC under automatic route. India beats Sri Lanka by 7 wickets in second T20 at Dharamsala to take unassailable 2-0 lead in the 3-match cricket series. Third and final T20 to be played today at the same venue. And in FIH Pro League Hockey Tournament, Indian women beat Spain 2-1 while men's team defeat visitors 5-4 in Bhubaneswar. With the new Omicron variant of coronavirus causing concern, we appeal to our listeners to be vigilant and get fully vaccinated and also help others, including children between 15 and 18 years, to get vaccinated. Please continue to follow these 3 simple steps to stay safe. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki doori for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact National Helpline numbers 011 2397 8046 and 1075. And now the news. Polling is underway for 5th phase of assembly elections in Uttar Pradesh. Voting, which began at 7 a.m., will end at 6 p.m. Voting is taking place for 61 constituencies spread over 12 districts in this phase. These districts are Shravasti, Bahraich, Barabanki, Ayodhya, Amethi, Raebareli, Sultanpur, Gonda, Pratapgarh, Kaushambi, Prayagraj and Chitrakoot. A total of 693 candidates, including 90 women, are in the fray for this phase. The Voter Verifiable Paper Audit Trail (VVPAT) is being used along with electronic voting machine (EVMs) at every polling station. In view of the prevailing COVID-19 pandemic, Election Commission has laid focus on COVID-safe elections with maximum participation. The Commission has decided to allow maximum of 1,250 electors in a polling station instead of earlier stipulation of 1,500 electors. Now we go over live to our correspondent, Sushil Chandra Tiwari. Sushil, where are you right now and how is the polling progressing there?
Well, Anuja, I am at Vasopur polling booth in Kohanaur area of Pratapgarh district. This falls in Pratapgarh Sadar constituency. This is a rural area. The polling booth is in rural area and people from the early morning from 7 a.m. have reached on the polling booth to cast their votes. And there are long queues of voters right now. And this is the situation of almost all polling booths nearby. I went to some other polling booths also. And people are quite enthusiastic to cast their vote. Polling is going on peacefully and there is no report of any untoward incident from anywhere in the all 12 districts where polling is going on in this phase. And all arrangements are in place for people to exercise their franchise and come without any fear and cast their vote.
Sushil, what kind of security arrangements have been made for this phase of polling?
Well, Anuja, all security arrangements are in place. Police have been deployed at all the polling booths and some areas of this 5th phase of elections, some districts are considered to be quite sensitive like Chitrakoot district, the bandit hit area. So there are very tight security arrangements. Around 26,000 polling booths are in this phase where polling is going on and almost 7,000 of them have been considered critical. So special security arrangements have been made for that particular booths which are considered critical. Almost 860 companies of paramilitary forces have been deployed. More than 7,000 state police personnel are also guarding the booths. Election Commission has also made all other arrangements related to the COVID guidelines. So thermal scanner, mask, sanitizers that have been provided to all the polling parties at different polling booths. So security arrangements are satisfactory, and more than 50% polling booths are being live telecasted. Webcasting is going on there for free, fearless and corona-free polling.
And Sushil, tell us about the significance of this phase and also about the prominent candidates in the fray.
Anuja, this phase of polling is very important. Many ministers are in fray. Some VIP seats are also going for poll in this phase. Like Amethi is one such seat from where the erstwhile royal family member, Mr. Sanjay Singh, is contesting. He is contesting after 33 years. There is Kunda seat in Pratapgarh. Another royal family member, Raghuraj Pratap Singh, is fighting from there. He is being selected from this region from last 30 years almost. Many ministers like Chandrika Prasad Upadhyay, he is contesting from Chitrakoot. Mukut Bihari Verma's son is contesting. Ramapati Shastri, another minister, is contesting. And most importantly, from Sirathu seat, where Deputy Chief Minister of the state, Keshav Prasad Maurya, is in fray. And Pallavi Patel, sister of Anupriya Patel, who is an ally of BJP, she is pitted against Keshav Prasad Maurya from her own party, Apna Dal Kamirawadi. So there are many important seats in this phase. Some former ministers in Samajwadi Party government are also fighting, like Rakesh Verma, Arvind Singh Gop. And one more thing is that Ayodhya is going for poll in this phase. So from there, Ved Prakash Gupta, BJP candidate and sitting MLA, is contesting. And ex-minister in Samajwadi Party government, Tej Pratap Pandey, Pawan Pandey, is fighting against him. Two ministers are also in fray in Allahabad district, Nanda Gopal Gupta Nandi and Siddharth Nath Singh. So this is quite interesting to see the fight in this phase of elections, which is very important for all the political parties. Anuja?
Thank you, Sushil, for that update. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has appealed voters to exercise their franchise in the fifth phase of assembly polls in Uttar Pradesh today. In a tweet, Mr. Modi said, "Today is the fifth phase of the Festival of Democracy in Uttar Pradesh," and requested voters to cast their valuable votes.
In Manipur, elaborate arrangements have been made to ensure free and fair polling for the first phase of assembly elections tomorrow. 38 constituencies spread over 6 districts will go to polls in this phase. Voting will be held from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Prominent candidates in this phase include Chief Minister N. Biren Singh, Speaker Y. Khemchand, Deputy CM Y. Joy Kumar. We have more from our correspondent.
Election official has taken up all measures to conduct the voting free, fair and safe, and necessary provisions have been made. The voting will be held from 7 o'clock morning to 4 o'clock evening, and all polling stations will be sanitized today considering COVID pandemic. Assistant booth will be in place in the polling station, and paramilitary force intensify their patrolling in and around the station. The election official has informed that the webcasting will be done in those areas where internet facility is available, and videography will be done in shadow areas. Polling officials and security personnel for remaining assembly constituency of first phase will leave district headquarters today for poll duty. This is Hoksom, AIR News, Imphal.
Air India's second evacuation flight from Romanian capital Bucharest landed at Delhi airport late last night. 250 Indians from Ukraine came to India in the flight. Civil Aviation Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia and Minister of State for External Affairs V. Muralidharan welcomed them at the airport. Speaking to the evacuated people, Mr. Scindia said Prime Minister Narendra Modi has spoken to the presidents of Russia and Ukraine, and Government of India is ensuring that everyone is brought home safely.
The Prime Minister is with you every step. The Government of India is with you every step. And 130 crore Indians are with you every step of the way. And we will leave no stone unturned until every single one of our citizens are safely back home. Pradhan Mantri ji is in touch with the Ukrainian Rashtrapati ji. The conversations are on to ensure that everyone is brought home safely. Conversations are also on with the Russian government, and we assure you कि एक नागरिक को वापस अपने मातृभूमि में हम लोग सुरक्षित रख के ही चैन की सांस लेंगे.
The evacuation mission has been named Operation Ganga. The Ukrainian airspace has been closed for civil aircraft operations, and the Indian nationals evacuated from Ukraine were brought to Ukraine-Romania border, and thereafter they boarded flight from Bucharest.
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has welcomed the Indian evacuees from Ukraine who reached Mumbai yesterday evening. In a tweet, he termed this as the first step of Operation Ganga. Mr. S. Jaishankar has said that the third flight of Operation Ganga with 240 Indian nationals has taken off from Budapest for Delhi. Dr. Jaishankar thanked Hungarian Foreign Minister Peter Szijjártó for the cooperation. Indian Embassy in Ukraine has said that Indian citizens have successfully been evacuated from Ukraine through Romania and Hungary. In a tweet, the embassy said it is working to open up more borders with neighboring countries for the Indian citizens. The embassy appealed the people to stay patient and safe. The Indian mission said it is closely monitoring the developing situation, especially in eastern regions of Ukraine. It said it is in constant touch with the authorities on the safety of the Indian citizens. The embassy said to all the Indians who remain in Ukraine that the Indian mission is with them.
Embassy of India in Hungary has said in an advisory for Indians to be evacuated from Ukraine via Hungary that the Zahony-Uzhhorod border crossing only allows crossing by bus or van and walk-in is not allowed. It said students coming through this border crossing should possess a valid passport, residence permit, student ID card, vaccination card or certificate. Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke with President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, yesterday. During the conversation, President Zelensky briefed Prime Minister Modi in detail about the ongoing conflict situation in Ukraine. Mr. Modi expressed his deep anguish about the loss of lives and property due to the ongoing conflict. He reiterated his call for an immediate cessation of violence and a return to dialogue and expressed India's willingness to contribute in any way towards peace efforts. Prime Minister also conveyed India's deep concern for the safety and security of Indian citizens, including students, present in Ukraine, and sought facilitation by Ukrainian authorities to expeditiously and safely evacuate Indian citizens.
After Ukraine refused to hold talks in Belarus, Russia said it has given orders to its army to broaden its offensive against its neighbor from all directions. In a statement, the Russian Defense Ministry said after the Ukrainian side rejected the negotiation process, all units were given orders to advance from all directions. On Friday, Russia had said that President Putin is ready to send a delegation to Belarus for talks with Ukraine, but the Kyiv leadership wanted talks in Warsaw instead. The announcement came on the same day U.S. President Joe Biden signed a memorandum to provide up to $600 million in immediate military assistance to Ukraine. Earlier, Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky had announced that their force thwarted the Kremlin's advancement to capture Kyiv. But the Russian troops continued to march on with their coordinated attacks. They launched missile and artillery attacks on Ukrainian cities, including the capital Kyiv. They also reportedly took over the Kyiv hydroelectric power plant north of the capital. According to the United Kingdom's Defense Ministry, the bulk of Russian forces involved in the advance on Kyiv were now 30 kilometers from the city center.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will share his thoughts with the people in the country and abroad in the Man Ki Baat program on All India Radio at 11 a.m. today. It will be the 86th episode of the monthly radio program. Man Ki Baat will be broadcast on the entire network of AIR and Doordarshan, AIR News website and News on AIR mobile app. It will also be streamed live on the YouTube channels of AIR News, DD News, PMO and Information Broadcasting Ministry. AIR will broadcast the program in regional languages immediately after the Hindi broadcast. The regional languages versions will also be repeated at 8 p.m. You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. The fifth phase of assembly elections to be held in Uttar Pradesh today. Air India flight carrying 250 Indians stranded in Ukraine lands at Delhi airport. Another flight carrying 240 Indian nationals takes off from Budapest for Delhi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi speaks to Ukrainian President, raises safety issue of Indians in the war-hit country. Russia orders its troops to attack Ukraine from all sides. Prime Minister to share his thoughts in Man Ki Baat program at 11 a.m. today. Union Cabinet approves national rollout of Central Sector Scheme Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. Government allows up to 20% FDI in LIC under automatic route. India beat Sri Lanka by 7 wickets in the second T20 at Dharamshala to take unassailable 2-0 lead in the 3-match cricket series. Third and final T20 to be played today at the same venue. And in FIH Pro League Hockey Tournament, Indian women beat Spain 2-1, while men's team defeat visitors 5-4 in Bhubaneswar. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
Welcome back to the morning news on All India Radio. The Union Cabinet has approved the national rollout of Central Sector Scheme Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission ABDM with a budget of 1,600 crore rupees for 5 years. The National Health Authority will be the implementing agency of Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. Digital health solutions across healthcare ecosystem have proven to be of immense benefit over the years, with CoWIN, Arogya Setu and eSanjeevani further demonstrating the role technology can play in enabling access to healthcare. The pilot of ABDM was completed in the 6 union territories of Ladakh, Chandigarh, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, and Daman and Diu, Puducherry, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and Lakshadweep, with successful demonstration of technology platform developed by the NHA. During the pilot, Digital Sandbox was created, in which more than 774 partner solutions are undergoing integration. The government has permitted up to 20% foreign direct investment FDI under automatic route in Life Insurance Corporation of India or LIC, with an aim to facilitate this investment of the country's largest insurer. Sources said that the decision in this regard was taken by the Union Cabinet, chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi yesterday. Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade DPIIT had mooted the proposal to allow FDI in LIC after taking views from the Ministry of Finance. The much-awaited initial public offering, IPO, of LIC is expected to hit the market in March, and LIC's employees and policyholders would get a discount over the floor price.
India's COVID vaccination coverage has crossed 177 crore 40 lakh mark. More than 21 lakh vaccine doses have been administered yesterday. More than 1 crore 99 lakh precaution doses have been administered to identified categories of beneficiaries like healthcare workers, frontline workers and people over 60 years of age. In the national capital, Delhi, wearing of masks will not be mandatory for people travelling together in private four-wheelers from tomorrow. Delhi government said the provision of penalty will not be applicable on them. Till now, only single drivers were exempted from wearing masks while driving. Delhi Disaster Management Authority DDMA, in its meeting held on Friday, decided to lift all COVID-related restrictions imposed in the national capital tomorrow in view of the decline in COVID-19 cases.
And now, let's listen to our special program Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव।
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News, Birth of a Nation.
India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
In today's episode, we remember one of the greatest revolutionary freedom fighters, Chandrasekhar Azad, who lived up to his resolve of not getting arrested by the British and shot himself on the 27th of February 1931.
Chandrasekhar was born on the 23rd of July 1906 in the erstwhile princely state of Alirajpur, now in Madhya Pradesh. Chandrasekhar participated in the non-cooperation movement in 1920 and 1921 in Banaras and opposed the sale of foreign goods. He was arrested and put under trial in the court of Kareghat, where the presiding magistrate was notorious for his brutality towards the freedom fighters.
Chandrasekhar's attitude in the court was defiant.
नाम क्या है तुम्हारा? मैंने पूछा नाम क्या है तुम्हारा? आजाद। बाप का क्या नाम है तुम्हारा? स्वतंत्र। कहाँ रहते हो तुम? जेल में। ले जाओ इसको मेरी आंखों के सामने से और पेंड्रा को रेव की सजा दी जाए। भारत माता की जय। वंदे मातरम। वंदे मातरम।
With the suspension of the non-cooperation movement, Chandrasekhar Azad started engaging in revolutionary freedom struggle. He came in contact with Manmatnath Gupta and Pranavesh Chatterjee and became a member of the Revolutionary Party in Banaras. Involved in the Kakori mail robbery in 1925, under the leadership of Ram Prasad Bismil, Azad went to Jhansi and stayed under the protection of Master Rudra Narayan Singh.
In Jhansi, he found good associates like Sadashiv Rao Malkapurkar, Bhagwan Das Mahor and Vishwanath Vaishampayan. To avoid police raids, Chandrasekhar Azad slipped
The 17th of December 1928, and it was at his insistence that Bhagat Singh and Batukeshwar Dutt exploded bombs in the Central Legislative Assembly on the 8th of April 1929.
He was also indirectly involved in the attempt to blow up the Viceroy's train in December 1929.
हमको तेरी कसम तेरी राहों में जहाँ तक लुटा जाएंगे.
Chandrasekhar Azad was betrayed by an associate to the police on the 27th of February 1931 in Alfred Park, Allahabad. When he was surrounded by heavily armed policemen, Chandrasekhar Azad kept his pursuers at bay single-handedly with a small pistol and a few cartridges. Left eventually with only one bullet in his pistol, he fired it at his own temple to live up to his resolve of not getting arrested.
The park where this incident took place is named in his memory as Chandrasekhar Azad Park in Prayagraj. The pistol he used still adorns the walls of the museum in Prayagraj. We salute the brave son.
Episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
As our nation celebrates the 75th year of independence, a series of events are being organized by the government as a part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. To commemorate the occasion, as a Jan Utsav, All India Radio News brings its listeners a special quiz on India's freedom movement and its glorious history. The quiz is conducted every Monday and Tuesday in the morning news. The next question of Amrit Mahotsav quiz will be shared with the listeners on Monday, the 28th of February.
In FIH Pro League hockey tournament, Indian women defeated Spain 2-1 in Bhubaneswar yesterday evening. At half-time, both the teams were level with 1 goal each. For India, Jyoti and Neha scored 1 goal each. Segu Marta scored the lone goal for Spain. In men's section, India defeated Spain 5-4 at the same venue. India's Harmanpreet Singh scored 2 goals, followed by Shailan and Lakra, Varun Kumar and Shamsher Singh 1 each. Today also 2 matches of men and women are slated between the two countries, and both will be played in Bhubaneswar itself. India beat Sri Lanka by 7 wickets in the second T20 international to take unassailable 2-0 lead in the 3-match series at Himachal Pradesh Cricket Association Stadium, Dharamshala, last night. Put in to bat first, the visitors scored 183 runs for the loss of 5 wickets with the help of Pathum Nisanka's 75 off 53 balls and Dasun Shanaka's not out 47 off 19 balls. For hosts, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Jasprit Bumrah, Harshal Patel, Yuzvendra Chahal and Ravindra Jadeja took 1 wicket each. After T20 series, both the countries will play 2 tests beginning from the 4th of next month.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. Srinagar will have partly cloudy sky. Temperature will hover between 1 and 12 degrees Celsius. Jammu will have mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature was 9 degrees Celsius, while maximum will be around 23 degrees. Leh is likely to have partly cloudy sky. The minimum and maximum temperature will hover between -10 and 2 degrees Celsius. Gilgit will have partly cloudy sky. Temperature will hover between 4 and 16 degrees Celsius. Muzaffarabad will have partly cloudy sky. Minimum temperature was 6 degrees Celsius and maximum will be around 17 degrees. National capital Delhi is likely to have partly cloudy sky. Temperature will vary between 12 and 24 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature was 19 degrees Celsius, while maximum is expected to be around 33 degrees. Chennai is likely to have partly cloudy sky. Temperature will vary between 23 and 32 degrees Celsius. Kolkata will have mainly clear sky with possibility of moderate rain. Bengaluru will have fog or mist in the morning and mainly clear sky later.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. As Russia assault intensifies, a top headline in the Sunday Tribune writes, Talks only way out. India abstains on UN resolution. Ukraine President dials Modi. Battle for Kyiv on. US OK's $350 million military aid, reports the Economic Times. Cabinet allows up to 20% FDI in LIC ahead of IPO, notes Hindustan Times. Cabinet approves implementation of 1,600 crore rupees Ayushman Bharat digital mission for 5 years, cites a statesman. As COVID cases fall below 500, a new government order in Delhi says no fine on people travelling without masks in private cars, writes the Indian Express. The Times of India reports curbs to go but not COVID checks. Safety measures to stay. Another headline in the same paper says IIT Kanpur experts predict 4th wave around June 22. And finally, seeking to provide more opportunities to Indian students and urging the private sector to get into this field, the Hindu quotes the Prime Minister saying, open up medical education, let our children study in India.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. 5th phase of assembly elections to be held in Uttar Pradesh today. Air India flight carrying 250 Indians stranded in Ukraine lands at Delhi airport. Another flight carrying 240 Indian nationals takes off from Budapest for Delhi. Prime Minister Narendra Modi speaks to Ukrainian President, raises safety issue of Indians in the war-hit country. Russia orders its troops to attack Ukraine from all sides. Prime Minister to share his thoughts in Man Ki Baat program at 11 a.m. today. Union Cabinet approves national rollout of Central Sector Scheme. Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. Government allows to 20% FDI in LIC under automatic route. India beats Sri Lanka by 7 wickets in second T20 at Dharamsala to take unassailable 2-0 lead in the 3-match cricket series. Third and final T20 to be played today at the same venue. And in FIH Pro League hockey tournament, Indian women beat Spain 2-1, while men's team defeat visitors 5-4 in Bhubaneswar. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.